Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Shrift 2 Part 2. Last time, we did a bit of shopping with Anubis online. And now, it's time for us to continue the main story by going to Spire Ruin Village, where the secret hideout to the MOW facility is located. So, let's get going. It's a rural Japanese village. I finally arrived. This is definitely Spire Ruin Village, right? Just because the rural village doesn't mean it has to be deep in the mountains. They make you climb so many mountains to get here. And we still have to find Ghost Mansion location from villagers. Don't you catch our breath at Dongo Shop? Not yet. I need to go see the head of the village before I start asking people questions. In villages like this, it's important for outsiders to build trust. If someone like me starts asking a lot of questions about a forbidden place, they'll only get their guard up and they won't tell me anything. So I explained the situation to the village head first, and then asked for the cooperation of the villagers. Residents of these kinds of settlements stick together. I lived in town since birth, so I not really get it. Is that how it really is? In any case, let's quickly find village head. Either way, nearby villagers look like they know where he is. Sadaki's boys. They went to the village head's mansion. That's right. The temple chief's priest was running over a rival panic. Said they'd been charmed. Those cursed idiots. How many times have we told them not to get too close to grandfather? They say any human once charmed will turn into an invalid with no hope of recovery. But maybe the temple priest can use his power to do something? Did something happen? What's this? You some mountain climber? You're not one of us. You came up the mountain dressed like that without any equipment? You some kind of reckless idiot? Judging by your clothes, you a priest? Yes, I'm Richard, a priest of the church. I'd actually like to meet with the village head if possible. A church priest? That means you're an expert in dealing with demon and yokai cases. We kind of hope for a better visitor to come along. Come on, we'll take you to the village head. Right. Not really get it, but sounds like they're going to take us to village head's mansion. They don't answer your questions, though. Oh well, let's just go with them for now. The thread. No ma kusaman basaran kan soya karun tara tanyan. No man kusa man kan so karu tarakatayan. Say! You broke the taboo! You went to that mansion! You went inside that mansion! But, Akon said it was the perfect place to test of courage, that the legends were all made up. You little fools! You were told never to go near that place. You brought danger not just to yourselves, but to the entire village. Oh, what will we do? Perhaps if I bring them to Ijima and pray to the praying mother, we might be able to save them in time. Chief! Sekichi, Shoyoshi, what is it? The priest performing a ceremony right now, so keep your voices down. Sorry, but there's a priest here from the church who says he wants to meet with you. That's right. He might be able to help Vasakai's boy. Please meet with him, Chief. What? Did you say a priest? Hello, village head. I'm Richard from the church. I was brought here without really knowing what's going on, but if I can be of some help with this... We know about you guys. You're experts in dealing with all kinds of demons and yokai. What they call a spiritualist. That's right. You might be able to figure out what's going on just by taking a look at Saki's boy. Please save Saki's boy, Father. Suddenly being dragged here, asked to save someone there. Still no explanation. There are way too many people here. I talk to you mentally instead. Can I just take a look at that child for now? I won't get in the way of the temple priest. It doesn't look like he's being possessed by a demon. He's been thrashing around a lot. He'd be thrashing around a lot more otherwise. And though it's only a trace amount, I can sense some residual magic on his body. Is this some kind of spell? Oh, you're right on that point. Of how much you love boobs, I forget you're actual priest sometimes. This magic often used by succubus that attack holy men. They like to drain a partner slowly. They capture a heart, and then prey will come back at their own volition. You having visions of threads? This definitely work a spider demon. You also seeing praying mantis wandering spirit? No, can't be. That kind not likely to be squeezing type. A spider demon I get, but a praying mantis one? Are you saying this kid ran to 2 demons? I knew he'd be amazing! Just by looking at him, he knows about both Jorugumu and Praying Mother! That's right. Maybe you can help Jima's boy too! Huh? Jorugumu? Praying? Were there other parts from the children? We slowly getting more information. Well, someone just explain to us, alright? Richard, was it? These children stayed in a certain area forbidden to this village, and are in the ire of a certain demon. Rather than standing here, why don't we go to another room where I can explain this situation in detail? Though, with your visit being so sudden, all I can offer is tea. Oh no, don't mind me, but an explanation would be most helpful. I have questions of my own I'd like to ask you, so please, let's have a chat. Long ago, there was a lord of this land that ruled from an estate in the heart of the village. In his garden one day, he found a butterfly that had been caught in a spider's web. Though the lord understood the ways of nature, he felt pity for the insect and let it free on a whim. That night, a solitary woman visited the lord's estate. Though she did not give her name, she explained she was the butterfly the lord had saved, and offered to repay him for his deed. Accepting her blessing, the lord became thoroughly beholden to her. Eventually, he forsook his duties as ruler to remain locked together in his room with the woman. Having heard rumors, a certain exorcist arrived at Lord's village. finding it already on the brink of being wiped out by famine. The exorcist heard the pleas of the surviving villagers and headed towards the Lord's estate. I mean, really, if the head of the village is locked up in his room going snoozer, that shouldn't stop the rest of the village from growing crops and whatnot. Hell, a lot of the times the head of such aristocratic heads of villages don't know much about growing crops in the first place. If anything, the village should have done better without him. After driving off the manipulated lord and his retainers, the exorcists made their way to the woman thought to be the cause of all this. But the woman awaiting the exorcist there transformed into a monstrous spider in the blink of an eye. Her true form was not the personification of a grateful butterfly, but that of a spider demon aiming to drain the lord to death as prey. The demon, who called herself Jorugumo, had engorged her power over the many years of draining the Lord's vitality, forcing the veteran exorcist into a difficult battle. But at the end of the life or death struggle, the exorcist managed to rob the demon of his magic, causing it to turn to the form of a mere spider. Wanting to ensure it could never do harm again, the exorcist prepared to step on the spider, but the gentle-natured lord pleaded for mercy. Acceding to his wishes, the exorcist allowed the desperately fleeing spider to escape. The lord asked the villagers to forgive his idleness, and once again took up his duties as ruler from that day evermore. But in the lord's estate, abandoned after his death, it is said the spider, permitted to escape by an exorcist, lurks even to this day. And humans who enter are treated to her blessings, and like the lord before them are slowly drained of their vitality until they eventually die. It is said that she is amassing magic from her human prey so that one day she might wreak vengeance upon that exorcist's lineage. And that's the story. To this day, that demon exists inside the mansion that old lord lived in, some distance from the village. All this happened hundreds of years ago. This village was a part of the original village that the lord used to rule over, but with so many having left, we're a shadow of what we once used to be. And since the village is separated from the mansion by a small mountain, I thought children wouldn't be able to easily get to it. The curiosity of children finds a way. So that child entered the mansion and is now being slowly drained by a curse from Jorugumo? I understand the child's situation now, but didn't your people mention something about another demon? A praying mantis demon, I believe? Praying something or rather. The Praying Mother. The legend of that demon appeared quite some time after her Jorugumo. The Lord mentioned the Jorugumo legend was a great man, but the son who exceeded him was apparently a blithering idiot. It said he managed to enrage the lords of neighboring regions. Their family was massacred, during which time even the wet nurses living there and the children under their care were brutally slaughtered. The wet nurses were not the only target of their cruelty, but those enraged lords were callous and mocked their victims as they inhumanely dispatched them. It said that the lingering regret of not being able to see the infants in their care grow up melded together into hatred, becoming the Praying Mother. And so night after night it roams the mansion in the form of a praying mantis, forever seeking the children and infants it is unable to raise. And it sounds like one of those children entered the mansion as a test of courage. Had the misfortune of being targeted and caught by this praying mother. If it were just praying mother, we might have been able to all march in together and take the child back. But the problem is that Jurogumo. If all our young people enter there and they get the same curse placed upon them to become our food, it will be the end of our village. And that's ignoring the fact that our young people leave for the city year after year. Oh, Chief Priest, how's the child? The fits have settled, but he still has the curse of Jurogumo upon him. There's nothing we can do until the root cause is dealt with. Which, by the way, those priests there, they should have the same level of dealing with demons as Richard's church does, because it doesn't matter what faith you have, all that matters is that you do have faith. It's likely he'll have another fit tonight and head towards the mansion again. I don't know if we'll be able to restrain him. I understand now. I'll head to the mansion alone. Whew. It's good. I wanted to get your permission to go there anyway. And if there's a demon involved, that's all the more reason for me to go. If it's okay with you, could you leave both the lifting of the curse and the return of the taken child to me? Oh, you take on those tasks for us? We're a desolate village with nothing to offer in thanks, but please, save our children! I'll draw a map of the mansion as I explain the route. The mountain may not be tall, but the path there is steep, so please be careful on your way there. That went pretty well. You don't even have to lie about church investigation. You can now go to mansion. And you got info from village head about mansion like you want. All that left is the solid case like usual. Try not to take place of children and get vitality drained or genitals drained. What the matter, Richard? Do you think the Lord in that legend did the right thing by helping that trapped butterfly? Huh? The spider would starve without a butterfly to eat. And though the butterfly is freed, its wings would be polluted, never to return to their pristine state. Was the reason the butterfly didn't return in gratitude because it couldn't use its wings to satisfaction, depleted its strength? The Lord saved a life, only for that life to die an even crueler, filthier death than the one he saved it from. How would he have reacted if he'd seen that, I wonder? Would he have lamented that he never should have saved it? I mean, I don't know. It kind of really depends on what your idea of a worse fate is. I mean, spiders, they kind of have a nasty way of finishing off prey. I mean, first they bind you up so you can't escape. Then they inject you with venom so you die a slow, painful death. And then they liquefy your insides so that they can drink it up. I personally find that to be a crueler death than at least having the chance to survive, flying away with your wings broken. I mean, surely the Lord would have noticed if the butterfly was still able to fly or not. But I mean, yeah, if the spider doesn't eat, it'll starve. So sometimes you just gotta let nature run its course. Still, he did it on a whim. God damn, it's not like you thought that deeply about it. Richard? What's wrong, Kageyama? Did you call me? No, and nothing. Let's quickly head to the mansion. Yep. Richard isn't exactly Richard.